Last night, Abdul Malik Al-Houthi, the leader of the Houthi terrorist regime, was in the middle of a televised broadcast to his people. He was gloating over the fact that they had shot yet another ballistic missile at Israel, this time on Christmas Day. He said, quote, "Israel's deterrence has failed against our country." While he was speaking, Israel hit them so hard from the air that Al-Houthi may or may not have had to find a place to change his pants. I'm Ben Hilton, and this is the Israel Guys. Honestly, Israel is so good at trolling. This reminds me of when Hezbollah's leader Nasrallah was in the middle of a speech railing against Israel. An Israeli F-35s broke the sound barrier repeatedly over his head, which could be heard in the final broadcast. As you know, the Houthis keep launching ballistic missiles at Israel. Just this month, they launched one on the 25th, on the 21st, on the 19th, on the 16th, and so forth. Even though Israel has been able to intercept the missiles, many people have still been injured from the interception, shrapnel from the missiles themselves, or from just running to bomb shelters in the middle of the night. Also, the psychological toll is heavy. Just the idea of missiles raining down on your head at any time of the day or night is terrifying. So Israel finally did what they've been needing to do for a long time. They hit the Houthis from the air again, and this time it was really, really hard. Reports say that Israel used over 100 aircraft in the attack. You can see videos of them preparing for the mission here. After the final operational plans were approved by Israel's defense minister, the chief of staff, and Bibi Netanyahu, the prime minister, Air Force jets attacked deep inside of Yemen. Israel hit infrastructure used by the Houthis at the international airport as Sana'a. You can also see the control tower hit here in this video. They also destroyed the Ras Kantib and the Aziz power stations, which are central electrical infrastructure for the Houthis. They also attacked the ports of Hodeidah, Al-Salif, and Ras Kantib on the western coast of Yemen. According to reports, the airport, the main power plant, and the primary ocean port are all out of service for the moment. Houthi media is saying that there were 3 people killed and 16 injured in the strikes, but we have no way of knowing if that's accurate or not. According to the IDF, the targets they chose were key locations used to smuggle weapons into the country. So the strikes were not only symbolic, but also strategic in reducing the Houthis' future fighting capacity. In an exclusive with Channel 14 right after the attack, Bibi said, "We're not done with them. We're just getting started with them. We will not allow them in these days, on this day, or in the days to come. We will beat them to the bitter end until they too learn." Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, also made a statement where he vowed to hunt down the Houthi leaders. He said, "Whoever harms Israel, we will harm them. No one can escape Israel's long arm." Unfortunately, Yemen doesn't seem like they've really gotten the message, though. They quickly issued a statement where they said, "Our response is imminent. Israel's aggression will not go unpunished. Our support for the Palestinian people will continue until the aggression against Gaza stops and the siege is lifted." They then fired another ballistic missile at Israel, which was intercepted reportedly by the American THAAD missile defense system. I guess Israel's warning wasn't enough. Is Israel going to have to hunt down every single Houthi leader and neutralize them just like they did for Hamas and for Hezbollah? Honestly, when will these terrorists learn that messing with Israel is not a good idea? And speaking of hunting down terrorists, a new report just dropped from 60 Minutes, an exclusive report with the Mossad, where they got details straight from the Mossad on exactly how they carried out the famous pager attack that we covered back just a couple of months ago. We'll get into that in a minute, but first, you probably already know that the Israel Guys represents much more than millions of people reached through hundreds of videos this year. Hayuvel is our nonprofit organization that encompasses amazing projects in the land of Israel, from Greening Israel to Operation Itai, and of course, us here at the Israel Guys. And we are honored to be a part of restoring God's kingdom in Israel's biblical heartland. But more important than what God has allowed us to do in 2024, we're even more excited for what God has in store for 2025. Tens of millions of people need to hear the truth about Israel, breaking through the fog of fake news and propaganda. This year alone, we reached over 18 million people. What if we can reach 30 million or even 50 million in 2025? Right now, we are nearing the completion of our end-of-year fundraising campaign. Thanks to the generosity of matching donors, every dollar you give will be doubled for twice the impact. Please help us reach our goal by December 31st. We are very quickly running out of time to finish this campaign. Please click the link in the description to find out more. 60 Minutes aired a special this week where they featured two ex-Mossad agents who explained exactly how Israel's pager attack on Hezbollah went down. If you remember, Israel remotely activated explosives in thousands of pagers carried by Hezbollah terrorists, killing dozens and maiming thousands more. As Hezbollah was reeling from the attack, Israel then exploded walkie-talkies, killing and injuring hundreds more after that. According to what was revealed in the interview, Israel concealed a couple of grams of explosives inside the batteries operating the walkie-talkies, which was normally carried on the combat vest near the terrorist's heart. Apparently, Hezbollah bought over 16,000 of these walkie-talkies from an Israeli shell company for a very good price 10 years ago. So Israel has had this one in the works for quite a while. One of the Mossad agents revealed that Israel has an incredible array of possible foreign companies who have no way of being traced back to Israel. No surprise there. In his words, we have shell companies over shell companies. 2 years ago, they expanded the radio idea to pagers. The Mossad found that Hezbollah was buying pagers from a Taiwanese company called Gold Apollo. Israel set up a fake company and started using the Gold Apollo name on the now rigged with explosive pagers without the original company knowing, of course. Israel went on to create an advertising material all over the internet, including videos, web articles, and so forth, to make these pagers appear to be the best in the business. Hezbollah swallowed the bait. Hezbollah bought 5,000 pagers without suspecting a thing. The agent went on to say that they tested the exact amount of explosives to make sure it was just enough to injure the terrorist, not to kill him or to injure anybody nearby. They tested ringtones to determine which was the most likely to get the terrorist to pull the pager out of his pocket and to look at the message as it exploded. When Israel finally went ahead with the operation, detonations happened everywhere at the same time. One of the Mossad agents said that there was a very strong rumor that pagers exploded on people directly in front of Nasrallah himself. Then shortly after the pagers exploded, Israel followed it up with exploding the walkie-talkies, some of which exploded in the funeral processions of the terrorists killed in the pager incident. The agent said that in Lebanon, after the attacks, people were terrified to touch any electronic device whatsoever. I mean, honestly, like, who knew what was next? You had the pagers explode, then the walkie-talkies. Next thing you know, it's your air conditioner or your light bulb or whatever. Then the agent went on to hint that there might be more in the works. If Israel managed to do this twice, who knows how many other objects rigged with explosives are floating around in Arab countries just waiting for the right time for Israel to flip the switch and blow up armies of their enemies when they least expect it. Israel waited for 10 years to pull off this walkie-talkie operation, proving that they're willing to wait for just the right time to strike. I think it's very evident from this current war that messing with Israel's security is a very foolish thing to do. So far, pretty much everyone who has turned their hand against Israel has felt the sting of Israel's revenge very, very strong in response. A quick sting, as they leave this earth in a cloud of dust, like Nasrallah, like Sinwar, like Khania, and the list goes on and on. Guys, if you found value in the content we are bringing you this year, these videos from the land of Israel, please consider supporting our year-end campaign. Time is running out, and we have some really cool gifts we are giving away that are exclusive to this campaign. So please head over to our website. The link is in the description. As always, stop listening to the lies and propaganda and connect with the truth of what is happening in Israel. We'll be back here soon, here at the Israel Guys.